A few weeks ago, I released a video on the basic trigonometric functions. Now, I'll teach you how to use them to solve a triangle. The best way to do this is using the law of sines and the law of cosines. First, I'll teach you how to derive these, then how to use them. First, to derive the law of sines, let's construct triangle ABC with side A opposite angle A, side B opposite angle B, and side C opposite angle C. To start, drop the altitude from any point. In this case, we will drop the altitude to side C and call it H. From this, we have that the sine of B is H over A, and the sine of A is H over B. Therefore, H is B times the sine of A. We can substitute this into the other equation to get that sine of B equals B sine A over A. Now, dividing with B on both sides gets us that sine B over B equals sine A over A. Repeating this process for any other side gives us that this is also equal to sine C over C. The reciprocal of this is also true. A over sine A equals B over sine B equals C over sine C. This is called the law of sines. To derive the law of cosines, we need to go on a different path using the Pythagorean theorem. After dropping the altitude, call one part of side C D and the other side C minus D. Using the Pythagorean theorem, we know that b squared equals h squared plus d squared, and a squared equals h squared plus c minus d whole squared. Using binomial expansion, a squared equals h squared plus c squared minus 2cd plus d squared. Substituting b squared in, we get that a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2cd. D is also equal to b times the cosine of a. Substituting this, we get that a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cos a. This is the law of cosines. We can repeat this for the other two sides to get that b squared equals a squared plus c squared minus 2ac cos b, and c squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cos c. Now, let's solve a triangle using these theorems. We are given triangle ABC with the measure of angle B being 82 degrees, side A being 5 inches, and side C being 3 inches. First, we can use the law of cosines to find side B. The law of cosines says that b squared equals a squared plus c squared minus 2ac cos b. Substituting a and c as well as the measure of angle B into this gives us that b squared equals 25 plus 9 minus 30 cos 82. The cosine of 82 degrees is about 0.14. Using this, we have that b squared equals 25 plus 9 minus 4.2, which equals 29.8. The square root of 29.8 is about 5.5. Now we have that side B is about 5.5. Using the law of sines, we can find angle A. The law of sines, specifically the part that we are using, says that A over sine A equals B over sine B. Substituting in the things we know, we have that 5 over sine A equals 5.5 over sine 82. Using cross multiplication, we get that sine A equals 5 sine 82 over 5.5. The sine of 82 degrees is about 0.99. 5 times this is 4.95. Dividing by 5.5 gives us 0.9. Finally, taking the inverse sine of this gives us about 64.2 degrees. Finally, we can use the fact that the angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees to find the third angle. 82 plus 64.2 equals 146.2. Subtracting this from 180 degrees, we get 33.8 degrees for the last angle. Now we have our fully solved triangle. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next week for another one.